I decided to use GameStop, which is a publicly traded corporation, for my Accounting 2140 Go See It video. The reason I chose GameStop was because they have a very interesting internal control present in their company, and I know that they have a few different kinds of inventory. Now we're going to head over to GameStop.
Hello, my name is Connor Tegmeyer, and I'm here for the Go See It project at GameStop. We're gonna head inside right now. Now we're inside of the GameStop store, where we're gonna list the various types of inventory kept on the GameStop annual report. So the first kind is hardware and accessories. As you can see, that would be video games themselves, a physical copy, things like headsets, even controllers. So now moving on to the second part of inventory, we have software right here, which would include like online DLC, downloads, just not like a physical thing, it would be like a code. And then the final part of the inventory is collectibles. That would include just various figurines, toys, things like that. Now we're going to go over some of the internal controls present at GameStop. Something that's unique and interesting is, while they display the physical hardware, which would include the video game cover and the case, they do not have the disc inside. This deters theft, which would result in shrinkage, and they keep the discs behind the counter, naturally where the cash register is. That way, employees have to individually put the disc inside of the hardware.
Now we're going to take a look at GameStop's 2019 annual report. Here, they list all three kinds of merchandise, in which they categorize them as hardware and accessories, software, and collectibles, all of which have their own internal controls present. This next image lists GameStop's 2019 fiscal year sales of their merchandise as categorized by hardware and accessories, software, and collectibles. Software led the groupings with 46.5% of the total net sales. This is an interesting factor because software has many internal controls that protect it from theft. In this next image, we're going to go ahead and look at how GameStop evaluates their merchandise inventory. As stated, merchandise inventories are carried at the lower cost or market, generally using the average cost method. This means when determining the cost, they use the lower value between the actual cost of the item or the market value at the time. When determining average cost method, as each new product is received from the vendor, its current cost is added to the existing total cost of all products on hand, and at some point this amount is re-averaged over the cumulative total units. This determines total cost per unit. In closing, I'd like to touch on a couple more of the internal controls mentioned prior in the video. For software to be usable, the code must be scanned behind the desk and activated upon purchase. As stated, discs are not included in the displays, and collectibles are often locked behind protected displays. All of this combines to make sure GameStop reduces shrinkage as much as possible. Thank you very much for listening to my Go See It project. Have a great year.